What's a fact that was taught in school that's been disproven in your lifetime? In the UK they taught the tongue had different sections for tasting different things. Like the front would do sweet, middle sour, back salty, etc. The entirety of the food pyramid. Up until grade 8, we weren't allowed to use calculators because they said we wouldn't be using them in real life. I don't know a single adult that doesn't use their calculator. You won't always have a calculator in your pocket. Cut an earthworm in two and you get 2 earthworms. Perfect penmanship, including cursive, was critical for success. It's been 20 years since I've written in cursive. Zoomers look at my penmanship like I have a special powers. But we had hours of class time practicing and were graded on it. When you get to university, the teachers will be much stricter. Elephants are afraid of mice. This myth is likely due to the fact that elephants have a very sensitive trunk and can be startled by small animals. However, there is no evidence that elephants are afraid of mice. In fact, elephants have been known to interact with mice peacefully. Junk DNA serves absolutely no purpose. I remember reading in a textbook in 2016 that all the world's rainforests would be gone by 2015. I think the book was from the 90s. Poor Pluto. The government exists with the consent of the governed. Hippos are gentle cow-like plant-eating animals. Not. There is an indicator in the pool that will change color if you pee. I had to bust this myth myself. At primary school, we were told that if we didn't say grace, our lunch wouldn't appear in our lunchboxes. Which is weird considering my parents used to prepare my lunch. That drug dealers are lurking around every corner and you'll be offered drugs in broad daylight. I'm old enough that when I was in school, we were literally taught in health class that people being gay was a mental disorder. A whole lot of stuff about dinosaurs. That the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. I was told in kindergarten that Santa Claus is real. Apparently. And this is news to me. He isn't? I still don't know. Pluto is not a planet. The Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. That Columbus discovered America. The atomic model of electrons flying in nest little orbits. I think that was disproven while I was still learning it though. Pluto was a planet when I was a kid. I'm in my 30s and my kids aren't taught about Pluto. It's not a planet no more. Brontosaurus never existed. That there are 9 planets in solar system. The food pyramid. Different parts of your tongue detect different flavors. I started out in Catholic school, so for the sake of time I'll just leave it at a lot. Food pyramid and tongue maps being the main ones I remember. Kindergarten teacher told me Santa was real, lying bitch. That you won't always have a calculator in your pocket. If you don't know maths, you'll never amount to anything. Canada allows immigrants to maintain their identity while the US forces them to assimilate. A lie propagated through the Canadian school system for decades. I was told that I should respect girls because they're special. Finished uni and I still don't think they were right. Columbus was a big letdown. He was the point man for an invasion. Speak up if someone is bullying you. Spoiler alert, they don't do shit. In my fundamentalist Bible school, everything in the Bible is fact. No stories or parables unless explicitly labeled that they said dinosaur bones were the devil's creation to tempt you not to believe the creation story in Genesis. Women can do everything a man can. I've never seen a woman open a jar. The kids with the best grades will be the most successful financially in life. The first one that comes to mind is that line about won't having a calculator in your pocket at all times. Teachers. Please. Man facepalming. Pluto is a planet. Mental calculation is utterly bullshit. That Pluto is a planet. I miss you, buddy. You won't always have a calculator with you. Let me introduce you to something called smartphone. You won't always have that phone on you in real life, so you can't use it on your test. That herbivore animals don't eat meat. Seeing a cow eat a chicken has disillusioned me. That different parts of your tongue taste different things. You can be whatever you want. That I'd need trigonometry later in life. They didn't teach this, but I remember I had those teachers who would spit random facts. One of them told us that in 2012 we would be able to take a vacation on the moon. Lol. Another teacher told me a fact saying if you massage your head then your hair will grow faster and healthier. Lol. Another teacher said US biggest problem is that our elderly people aren't dying fast enough, so a lot of money is being wasted on things for the elderly. IDK what he was trying to say. Weed is a gateway drug. Did you seriously post a popular Askreddit topic that doesn't relate to men in Ask Men for free? Karma? LMAO. Pluto. You can't have a calculator on you all the time. 9 planets. That when I got to the working world everyone would be writing in cursive. Columbus discovered America. The Pilgrims and the Native Americans had a feast together. Pluto is a planet. Columbus discovered America. Dinosaurs were slow and cold-blooded. We are the only living civilization in the universe. God made dirt, so dirt won't hurt. Christopher Columbus discovered America or was the first European to show up here. The Vikings were here and left hundreds of years before he came around. That Pluto is a planet. That electrons, protons, neutrons, etc., are solid particles all the time. Brachiosaurus sent most of life deep in water to support its own weight. Even as a kid I knew this was bullshit. Took everyone else a few years to catch up. I mean I don't care you remember anything from the school. I don't even remember anything from the college, and of course I am a failure. Why would I remember anything? You won't have a calculator in your pocket when you do the shopping. I remember Pluto being a planet, and dinosaurs being lizards. That nobody knows why dinosaurs died. Late 80s. The vast majority of every history class. That I needed algebra to survive. That Pluto was a planet. I don't even know anymore. Is it? The whole schooling system. Go to school right arrow, have high grades right arrow, to get a well-paying job right arrow, financial success. This old beaten path has been rendered useless by YouTubers, socialites, teens making loads online. Needing to learn and memorize formulas, and the teachers used to say you have to memorize this 'cause you won't be walking around with a calculator in your pocket. Little did they know. I guess that dinosaurs looked like reptiles that roared around. I guess they were more covered in feathers and didn't really roar. I don't know why, but in 6th grade we learned in physics that protons, electrons and neutrons are the smallest particles. That was in 2005. For me it was mostly nationalistic propaganda and bad, or now dated, history in that class. That trees are a non-renewable resource. Political parties reach compromises wherein nobody gets everything they want but everyone gets something they want. Through this compromise system our government functions. Girls should save themselves for marriage.